for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And then choke beneath the side of the irule. Watashi tachi wa sorera wasurete bunseiki shimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting over shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Biggles Breakdown. So we will talk about some of the other animes a little later, but because the mini-series See You Tomorrow at the Food Court is over, I finally wanted to talk about it because I figured if we put it all together at the end, we'd have much more to talk about it, because it's basically just an anime about two girls going to the food court every day and talking to each other.
It's way more depressing than Original Sin.
It's way more depressing than Original Sin.
I'm kidding. That was a joke because
Can you explain your joke, please?
do you sarcasm?
Yeah, I know. I got it. I'm just like trolling.
No, this show is a what is it? It is a delight of just confectionery, sugary goodness. It's just there's no depth. It's just fun, but then there is depth. You think they're just chatting away, but then you get the insights into their character. It's awesome. It's just a good fun show, and it's one you can completely watch with your significant other without worry.
Yeah. So, guess what I did? I rewatched the whole thing again just before the stream because it only takes 2 hours to watch, guys. So if you're looking for something quick, 2 hours. It's got a great intro. It's got a great outro. A lot of fun. Maybe we'll work that into the breakdown and maybe take out some of the Dad's Been Reincarnated stuff and put other scenes in it from different dances this season, because there's a lot of them. And this one has one in the intro. Now, let's go into this kind of by like categories based on like how the stuff goes rather than by episode, because I feel like if you do it all episodically, you'll lose like talking points. So what I want to do is start with Starlight Fantasies, the gacha game. So what do you guys think of the gacha game? Anyone?
I was gonna let Crimson chime in, but
Crimson Wally, would you like to go?
Is my mic working now?
Yeah,
now it is. Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
I mean, the gacha game thing was all right. It's never been like something that I've. It was entertaining. It was an entertaining gag. That's all I really have to say about it, to be entirely honest. Like, I get the point that they were going for here, just like using it for the comedic value of it, like being absolutely obsessed with hating on someone, and then you get the character, and then I don't know. I don't think this show for me was as good as everyone else seems to think it was. It was like a 7 for me, to be entirely honest.
It's because Crimson has no heart.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So the Starlight Fantasy thing is like it's in 4 episodes. It's like the entire breakdown that she has in 2 of the episodes.
I'm a little bit with Crimson on this one. It was clearly a vehicle for just getting the conversation about whatever issue it was that they were doing.
All right. So,
I mean, I guess do you play the gacha games, Biggles?
I don't, but I am going to play the Kaiji number 8 one.
Biggles is a huge Genshin Impact fan, you know.
I've actually never played it. I played Tower of Fantasy for like a week, and I got like the best pull you could get in the game. And then I realized all my friends were not playing this game with me like they said they would, so I stopped playing it. But no, I don't really play gacha games. I do have the 2.5D seduction gacha game on my phone, but I played it for like a week, and then when I couldn't get Makar, how do you say your name? Makar. what's her?
Akari.
Yeah, when I couldn't get her, I was like, "Fuck this game, man! This game sucks." But it wasn't fun at all. I just wanted to collect all the girls, uh, which sounds awful. Um, but yeah, so I understand. She's like, "Man, I hate this game when I couldn't get the one she really likes." So she really likes long-haired dudes, which ends up being a whole spin-off to a thing we could talk about a little later. Um, but what about when they're doing the crane game? Does that remind you of something else we watched?
Are you talking about the girl at the game center, the cultural
Hinge.
exchange at the game center?
Yeah. How they spend all their money trying to get it and they couldn't get it.
I mean, I feel
First
like
try.
that's clearly just a cultural reference to Japanese arcades. So
Yeah, yeah. But I
It's
thought
a
it was
pretty
fun.
common trope of, someone is bad at an arcade game and someone wins the game for them. That's, I don't know, feels pretty standard there.
I know, but it builds on their friendship, you know? So this whole thing is about friendship. When anime talks about the power of friendship, that's this episode or this entire show. Claw games, sans the quarter.
and yet they leaned into the Yuri you know
The Yuri
boyfriend
ending.
girlfriend.
Yeah, at the end.
Hey, let's be a couple. And Yamato was clearly the best boyfriend that she could ever ask for.
Yamada was the girl's name, not his name.
They were pretending to be a couple.
Yamamoto and Wada.
Yamamoto.
Yamada
Yeah.
is the other girl who looks
Yeah.
like Wada.
Yeah. She's the and then the
All
other
right,
guy,
well,
I couldn't say his name, so I just been calling him so you guys are strictly politics and a little bit of culture. What? We're
Are we talking about like
I'm
the
I'm
traditional anime version of culture?
I'm confused on what's being said here.
If we're talking culture, I mean, nothing's more culture than that last episode of Nukitashi.
I don't know what you're saying.
You
um,
don't know what it means to be a man of culture when it comes to anime?
is that what he's saying? I'm just confused on what's going on. I'm sorry. I understand you
When are you not confused, Biggles?
all the time.
I just want to establish that Biggles is aware of what the meaning of man of culture is in the anime context.
Is that what we were talking about? Yes. Yes, very much men of culture.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure what was being said. I'm just whatever. All right. So where was Flirt's skirt?
I'm sorry,
flipper,
folks.
skirt-
Without a Dami Mommy to focus this man, he's in just lots of trouble.
skirt flipper and Yamada, the other girl who the Wada lookalike, the generic Wada, was they're like, yeah, we'll pretend to be a couple, and then they're like, we wish you the best of luck, and then he's like, oh, okay, I'll leave. So now he's going to finally treat his woman right. So well done, girls. But the whole thing is she's been freaking out that the Duke of Abel, she'll no longer get him, and she has to find a real life person, and she's like, no, I don't like real life people. But she fucking cries, and Yamamoto's just like, it's okay. And
Look,
just
at least as far as Wada goes, she's very self-aware that she is mentally unstable. So I'll give her that.
So one of my favorite things about Wada is she's completely batshit crazy. And then when you first meet her, everybody's like, she's like some kind of rich girl, prim and proper, right? And then she's like, they all think I'm this good girl. And then she's just batshit crazy. Like, what do I have here in my notes? Da, 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 da. Oh, when she like hates spicy foods, right? She like hates spicy foods, and then she gives it to Yamamoto, and Yamamoto eats it, and she's like, "No, it's going to be hot." And then she just chugs it and then spits it all out. Like she's like, "You knew it was spicy." Or the part where they're walking home together, and she's like freaking out because she's all alone and it's dark and there's noises, and then Yamamoto just walks up and goes, "It's a really nice ass you got there." Or, "Hey, baby, you've got a really nice ass there." And then she turns around and she goes, "Just kidding." Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of fun shit in this.
Yeah, the discussion about, I mean, it is funny because they do work in the multiple vignettes per episode. They
There's like
have,
3 or 4.
they have like usually a discussion where somehow there's a discussion of, female endowment or body parts or whatever.
Oh, yeah, when they were talking about boobies.
Yeah, and then there was the pick each other's bathing suit.
Yeah, well, I forgot to fucking take a screenshot of that, but it's just hilarious. Okay, sorry for throwing you off. $2 market reality. It's okay. You get this, though. Nothing is more man of culture than Lucy.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, I did love the gag with the bathing suits where they're like, "Don't you get me one of those like little teeny like elementary school girl, magical girl frilly ones." And then, "Don't you get me one that's just barely covering anything." And then bam.
And they get her a barely covering one
Yep.
that's all American flag. And
Yep,
then,
it's the
and then she gets a Sailor Moon one.
yep.
It's
So
great.
it was great.
There's so much fun stuff in here. Like the hamster bit. So we learned in like episode 2 that Wada can't have like animals because her parents couldn't handle it. So they're like, "Yeah, well, why don't you try a hamster?" And then she didn't want the dog because it would bite. And then she gets bit by the hamster, and she like had to take care of it with chopsticks and stuff. So she just gave it to her friend, and she couldn't explain what kind of hamster it was. She was like, "I don't know, just a normal one." And Yamamoto's like naming off a whole bunch of different breeds of hamsters. Like,
It's all one thing I will like give this series is just the they do talk a little bit about the whole like gap moe thing in here. But I appreciate that the Gyaru is or Yamamoto is the one who looks flashy and like a delinquent, but she's actually like the studious type and the person who is like really good at school and studies and everything. And Wada looks like your stereotypical bookworm, but she is mentally unstable and dumb as a bag of rocks.
and she's always like crying over stuff. Yamamoto was like saying that she has like a friend, or she because her hair was down, people wanted to talk to her. So Wada's like, "You can't have friends. No one, like, you can't have friends more cooler than me because then you won't want me anymore." And she's just like head patting her as she's crying, and she's like, and just crying. It was great. I love it. I like how there's
I
a
mean,
whole
she definitely pulled a little bit of yandere with that one. Like, I will not share you with anyone.
you, you have to know what kind of hamster you have, so you know what kind of sauce goes with it. You know what? Just for that, I have
No,
to
that's a guinea pig. You need to know what kind of guinea pig goes with it. Or what kind of sauce goes with your guinea pig. Because people actually do eat those.
I wouldn't be surprised if people eat hamsters too.
Yep.
No,
back
they
to
mostly just stick them up their butts.
okay, Richard Gere.
No, Richard Gere shoved up a gerbil. Let's get it right. Okay?
Are we going to
Gerbils.
go into every small rodent that's available for purchase?
If you love your gerbil, don't stick them up your butt. Stephen Lynch.
There are multiple gerbils in his pants. Be advised, suspect has multiple gerbils. Have you guys ever seen that body cam footage?
No.
Yeah, it's It's terrible.
You
It's
might have to.
hilarious. It's one of my Discord buttons. I just have it like for like Discord calls. It's just like press a button. It's just be advised, suspect has multiple gerbils in his pants.
Mr. Slave, Jesus Christ. He puts everything up there. I like how there's a there when you said earlier how they were talking about boobs, but they're like trying to talk about like the different kanjis of it and like what each one means. And
I'd never seen the discussion of like, isn't it strange that the kanji symbols for this and that?
I had a laugh when as so long as we're on the kanji. I think one of my favorite parts was just seeing Yamamoto write Niku on her forehead. I saw the kanji and they didn't even have to say it in English. I immediately knew what the joke was. Because I'm familiar with enough Japanese to understand that she just wrote meat on Wada's forehead.
Yep. And what what was great is just the slow pan. Even though I think we all knew what the joke would be, just the music and her looking at the pen and being like, "Oh
be like,
no!"
yeah. And then she goes to the bathroom and like can't wash it off, and then she goes back and the flirt the skirt flipper. I don't know why that's so hard to say. The skirt flipper was talking with her and was like, you have meat on your head," and then they go hang out. She wants to know
Right?
what
His name was like Takizawa or something, right?
something with a TS. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was Takizawa the skirt flipper,
yeah,
and and she always hated him because he wouldn't flip her skirt.
yeah. She do everybody else, but not hers.
But it was basically just the opposite of what you would expect out of like, you know, the stereotypical like boys teasing their crush. It's just he's super respectful of his crush for some reason.
And teases everyone else. Well, no, he teased her saying she wasn't like good enough to get the flirt or the skirt flipped. Um, so he was teasing her about it, but it was he said he wasn't like girly enough. Oh, speaking of wasn't girly enough, there's a scene where Yamamoto's talking about how she got groped, and she's like, "I didn't let out an eek. I just did this." It was like a judo.
Yeah. And then yeah, that which leads to the whole discussion about how no girls actually eek in real life, except like
Drops
two
a glass
minutes
of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, "That wasn't an eek. That was a fart. You know, because I'm a boy." Like,
It's I mean it's just such good low key fun. It's I couldn't believe I was just entertained, and it's one setting. This had to be one of the most budget friendly animes because you've got basically you can use the same background cell for
over and over
most
again.
of they're sitting in the same position, they're looking at their phones and just talking,
So
and it's super entertaining. And then we've got the friend who's the gorilla girl,
yeah, girl, Sayato or something like that.
and we finally get
Saito, yes.
in the last episode we get the face reveal, and they're like, "Oh, she's cute. She learned to
Yeah.
do her makeup better."
So did you guys catch what Gorilla Girl was doing earlier? It has to do with Starlight Fantasy.
She was
She's-
writing fan fiction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like directly
Yeah.
revealed to your face.
I don't know if you guys were paying attention or not. You know,
So Crimson, I don't know if you realize with Biggles, that's a kind of thing that's subtle.
Biggles is like sledgehammer to the face levels of subtle.
but like
I played Battlefield with this man for a couple of rounds, and there were times where I was like, "How did you not see the guy?"
dude, I can't see shit even with my glasses.
I want the new clip for Biggles to be. I don't know if you've ever seen the Simpsons episode where Homer helps Mel Gibson make a remake of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and there's a part in it where Mr. Mel Gibson throws a flagpole through the president, like impales him with it, and he falls over, and then the American flag goes up and starts waving. And the test people, like for the movie studio, are like, "Did you just impale the American president with the flag?" And Homer's like, "It's symbolism. He's angry." And I was like, that's Biggles. That's like this is what we have to do for symbolism.
He's still trying to work out who that third sister is.
Yeah, the third sister was revealed at the end, right? Now there's three of her. Because the other two are dead. She's the lone survivor sister. Okay. Was there a banana involved? Was there a banana in this?
Is that a banana? Or are you just happy to see me?
Just happy to see you, Crimson.
I'm a Power Ranger. If anyone gets that reference, thank you.
Is that from your lone or not the Red Ranger isekai?
No, it's from a Dragon Ball parody.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it from a bridge?
No, it's from. There's a guy who does animations for it, Devil Artemis. He took some of the Dragon Ball like Legends character, like Shallot or something, and he did this whole joke about like a Power Ranger transformation. So the whole bit goes like he pulls out like the Power Ranger morpher thing, and it's just a banana, and someone's like, "Is that a banana?" Or are you just happy to see me? And then goes into the whole spiel of I'm a Power Ranger.
Devil Artemis does all the Cell game parodies, right? He does a bunch of Cell game parodies where he's
pretty much.
Yeah. Where he's fighting like Yugimoto. Yeah.
God cards have been banned since 2012.
You're
What?
cheating. And then he just leaves all pissed off. Like, I activate Pot of Greed, and then he's like 20 or 2009 or something like. It's been fucking forever.
I play Pot of Greed, and then I play Pot of Greed.
Yeah, so she was writing the fanfic that Wada was like super into, where she's like, the Duke of Abel is my boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And then she like worships her.
It's kind of funny how she's like constantly insulting this girl behind her back, but is like, also worshipping her. Like,
that's just who Wada is. She like insults everyone and then actually likes them.
She's mentally unstable.
Yeah, she's I'm Team Wada. Let's go. I relate.
She's like a tsundere, but more toxic.
Yeah. And more retarded. All right. So
I do like was it Gorilla Saito, the Gorilla Girl keeps calling her a monkey. You little monkey. I'm gonna get you.
She's like, you're a gorilla, you're a monkey. Like when she has what about when they were like, your phone tracks everything you do? Like,
that whole joke, yeah, that was entertaining. And the moment they started talking about it, I'm like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, I love especially how she throws the phone down like it's cursed.
I've literally had this happen to me. So my brother used to work with me for like construction and stuff. So we got home one day and we were just like talking, and somehow we got onto the subject of copper wire and all this. And I open up my phone and start scrolling social media, and the first like ads I get are just like spools of copper wire. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this thing listening to me?
So fun fact, it's already messed up here, but we'll forgive it. All right. So what about the Freddy Krueger reference? Did you guys like that? Where Yamamoto's like, no, I'm a lucid dreamer. I'd find someone who isn't, and then just kill them instead. Like,
I enjoyed the Freddy Krueger reference. I also want to say, like, Japan has to be weird if you are getting coffee at KFC.
Hey, man, probably.
KFC is like a sit-down restaurant in a lot of places, and when I traveled to London like 25 years ago, my friend and I who were
Back
there
when
for
London was still a good place to visit, right?
yes, yeah, pre 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 9/11, pre everything else. My friend's like, hey, let's go to, there's a KFC around the corner, let's, because we're like college kids on spring break and we don't have a ton of money, let's just go there. And we go in there and there's like a hostess and they sit you down at a table and you have like sit down napkins. I'm like, this is not KFC, man. What is
What
going
is
on?
what is this place?
It's like, here, we'll take your, here's your menus, you can take your order. I was like, no, okay. It's uh, I do like the brand, the product placement in this show too. The Baskin Robbins, the
Yeah, best route.
KFC. There,
It was very interesting to see that they actually used like the brands that they were talking about in there. Like they weren't just like knockoffs. Like they legitimately just used the brands. So I'm wondering if that was like some sort of like marketing deal or something that they did there. Because I do know, as far as like some of these companies go, they have been trying to get a little bit more into the anime side of things, especially like McDonald's with all the ads that they've been doing in Japan.
yeah. I think I was wondering the same thing if that whether it was the studio or maybe it was part of the Crunchyroll like localization that they made a deal for advertising. Because if you look, like the cups are and the ice cream container are designed where you could easily overlay whatever digital thing you wanted.
Mhm.
So they might have sold the rights to just chains in local jurisdictions
Yeah,
and
and
in the
that wouldn't
United
be
States.
anything out of the ordinary because that kind of product placement has been a thing for decades here in the States.
It is a good way to try to. I mean, I know that in the economics of making anime, you want to have these revenue because anime is really designed to try to drive manga sales, and that was the original like economic reason for it,
Mhm.
manga and merch sales. As it's
Which,
go
you
ahead.
say that, I will add this one point for Kadokawa, their biggest selling anime over or not anime manga over I think spring season was actually the Gorilla God's Go To Girl.
That is a good one.
And you know why? Because there was romantic development.
That whole fucking show was a romance. What are you
Hey,
Well,
talking
Biggles.
about?
it also outperformed ReZero, but to be fair, ReZero struggles with releasing volumes more than twice a year for whatever fucking reason.
I know they do not. They take their sweet time adapting the light novels into manga.
Well, no, not just manga.
Bastards.
They take their sweet time releasing the light novels in general. I
Yeah.
have volume 27 on my shelf. It's gonna take another couple of months still, and I've had this since like early in the year to get volume 28 to the States.
What is
They're
volume
slow as
28
shit.
actually covering in terms of arc and chapter?
Well,
Is-
we're volume 27 and 28 are the very first two volumes of Arc 7.
They're just publishing arc 7.
You can find translations for all that stuff. I'm sure you're aware.
I
Like
know.
Witch Cult
Yeah, that's
Translations does all that kind of stuff.
I know.
But the
Yeah, like
official volumes, they're so slow to release.
I think we're up to, I forget what chapter in arc 9.
Dun, dun, dun. All right,
It's
back to the
anyway.
show. Back to the show. Um, what did you guys think about the ab scene? Uh,
Like, oh, my stomach hurts.
she
No.
was
Just
she
you hit me in the belly button.
she was like, my I've been working out doing crunches for the last 3 days. My abs are steel. And she's like, feel it. And then Yamamoto just pokes her in the belly and she's like, ah, I'm dead. Pretends to be dead. And then uh Yamamoto says something. I don't remember exactly what she says. And then she like jumps up, knocks over the cup, spills everything. And then Gorilla Girl walks up with the toilet paper that they're like, she steals toilet paper. And then the toilet paper is what helps them get the
No, it's not that she steals toilet paper. Wada is making a big thing of like, who carries around toilet paper with them like that?
Well, I thought she said she took it from the school.
No, I don't think she ever said that. I think the only thing she ever said was she was making a whole thing of like, who carries toilet paper around in their bag like that? And Yamamoto was just like, well, who knows? It might come in handy.
Yeah. And then but I could have swore she said she took it from the school. I don't know. I'm bad at reading, so maybe I misread it.
I don't know, but it did come in handy.
It did come in handy. What about the scene at the end of episode 1 where they're like using English because all Yamamoto was doing was like looking up English words, and they're like, if you don't know the answer, don't say yes or no, just say I don't know. And then
She says the whole inspirational quote
Yeah, it gives
in English.
the whole
I
yes.
don't know.
And then she's like, good.
smile, and don't forget to smile. I was laughing so hard at that scene. I don't know why. I just thought it was funny. All right, now, what about the scene where Wada sees Yamamoto talking to her boss, but thinks she's like getting a boyfriend, and she's like, "Boys are awful. I hate."
We're too young for boyfriends.
Yeah, and then Yamamoto finally realizes what's going on, and she's like, I ran into my boss today for more shifts so we can hang out more. She's like, oh, thank God. Like, I thought you would leave me.
Completely changes tune.
Which, by the way, is a nice callback when we get the skirt flipper giving her attention. And she's like, I thought you said we were too young for boyfriends. She's like, I don't know what I'm talking like,
Yamamoto got her revenge there because she just didn't say anything about the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great episode vignette, by the way, when she starts talking and she's like, "Oh, you're not one." It's like,
wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah. And just like then that girl just starts venting about,
and then she starts crying like Wada does.
But she basically just proceeds to behave exactly like Wada does.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. All right. Since we're on YouTube as well as all the others, let's talk about the YouTubers in this. There is the conspiracy theory guy who Yamamoto loves. And then
I do love the discussion that was in the last episode where she's like, "You like that one YouTuber, but you must have others," and she's like, "No, just the one."
Just the one,
she watches one YouTuber.
I mean, I used to just do that. And then I met Crimson and I had to watch his videos to show
Hey,
support.
my videos are good. What are you talking about?
Now my only people I watch are Crimson. Can't afford anybody else.
You'll only watch my videos until I start talking about how cucked Kafka is.
Oh man, I'm going to fucking shit all over that video. I'm going to dislike it.
I thought we were trying to keep things calm without mentioning Rent a Kaiju. It was fine.
You guys are hateful. Okay.
Not as hateful as that girl not even saying hello when he saved the world.
What girl not saying hello?
She didn't even.
I know I'm the one who started this. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Let's just move
all right.
on.
So Wada finds a YouTuber who is who looks like the Duke of Abel. So she's like, that doesn't work for 2 or 3D boys, only 2D. Why you gotta ruin my hotties with their 3D? So she's like Pro Tycoon from 2.5D Seduction, where he doesn't care about 3D girls, only 2D girls. For like 100 and something chapters. But she starts shitting all over super chats and stuff. And I was like, man, that's rough. And then Yamamoto's like, why don't you just send the money? And she sent the thing. And because he's like playing a game, he doesn't see the super chats right away. And she's like super, super sad that he didn't read it. And then he reads it and he says, oh, that makes me feel so good. Thanks, Wada-san. And
hey, chat, if you want to, participate here and everything, you can understand how she feels by sending in super chats yourselves,
Thanks, Crimson. I just didn't want to say that.
I'll show for you. I don't
thanks,
give a
buddy.
shit.
In addition to
Send us
super
money.
chats,
Pay,
there's memberships too,
send
right,
us
Biggles?
money.
There are memberships
your
for only $1.99.
your wallets belong to us now.
Yes.
Wait, I don't get fucking paid for this. What am I talking about? Why am I
I
shilling
could,
for you?
I could pay you if I made money.
Yeah, all 3 shekels you fucking owe me.
I will do my best to give you 3 shekels. Um,
How much is 3 shekels in today's money? I'm curious.
I don't even know what a shekel is. Okay.
Well, at least we know Biggles doesn't hate the Jews.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
See, this is all a reference to watching conspiracy theorists on YouTube and what happens.
yeah, exactly. And my 3 pages of notes on this. I'm waiting until we hit a fantasy anime since I had a question and didn't want to derail. What fantasy anime so we can go to it next? Because we're almost done. And she gets the super chat, and Yamamoto looks at her like all smug like and was like, I thought you didn't like this. And she's like, I'm not happy at all. And she's like crying with all like her happiness, like snot coming out and everything. And that was just great. I fucking loved that part. It was
To answer my question, 3 shekels is 88 cents.
nice. I will give you 88 cents next time I see you. I might even round up to $1.
Oh wow, being generous, huh?
Yeah.
As far as the series goes, it's fun. It's entertaining. I like the way it does its gags. There's a lot of well thought out progression throughout each little section of the series. Like they go very they move very well from like one thing to the next to make the whole joke worthwhile and have it all pay off in the end and like set something up. But this is not something that I feel like I would dedicate a ton of time to. And I'm kind of glad that they only did the 6 episodes. It's a good little short series that you can watch and enjoy. It's a nice comfort show. There's nothing really like super like deep or important to it. It's basically just like
Other than
you have
importance of
you have 2 friends goofing off in a food court the whole time.
So all we need to talk about now is their how their friendship started. So Wada was getting in a fight with her friend, and Yamamoto wanted a friend and knocked her eraser off, and they start talking. There we go. Now we can muffle tape.
Women could have their lives so easy, but they always make things more complicated for themselves. Like if they could just sort out this whole friendship thing that they got going on, like where like everything has to be like catty and backbiting and everything, their lives would be so much easier than being a dude.
I like this one. I put it in my top 3 so far for the year of new animes, not of because we have 100 girlfriends. We have ReZero this year. We had a bunch of really good ones.
It's I would say it's a solid 7 to be entirely honest. I don't think it's anything that's like I don't think it's anything too special, but it's not a bad show in any regard.
I love it.
I really enjoyed it, but I would still say Rory Rocks is better than it this season.
Well, just because of the fan service of her butt,
Biggles, did
That
you
could
watch
make
this last episode? They actually had her entourage run into her butt.
Yeah, I know. It was
hiking.
hilarious.
It's not fair.
All right.
It should have been me, not her. It's not fair.
What fantasy anime do you want us to switch to? We'll go to it now, because that's about all for this. But yeah, I could watch like 1,000 more episodes of this and be happy. But no, it was a good little.
It's not like I would
miniseries.
say no to more, but I feel like as far as
Had a
the
good
show
little
goes,
ending.
it's a good comfort series because it's such a short little
Mhm.
piece of fiction that you can just sit down, have some fun with it, and move on. I think
All
that's
right.
all it really needs to be.
Let's add our review. All right, we'll do it and then we'll add it to the group. Which, by the way, if you are on Critless, we do have a group called the Biggles Breakdown. There's just me in it, so feel free to join us.
Oh,
Biggles,
okay,
have you
okay.
watched Sword Art Online? If not, Crimson, judge him if he is cool enough to join the discussion, since I think he's kind of into isekai. Sword Art Online after episode 11 can suck my dick. I fucking
So
hate that shit.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
so to
It's
explain
fucking
the
stupid.
context here, um I do a show at the end of every month where we talk about a specific
Called
show that we
fictionology.
watch. Yes. And one of the ones that the group decided on was we were going to be doing Sword Art Online.
My
I left it
condolences.
up to Muffler Tape to decide, and that's what he picked. Um, so that's why he is asking.
Oh man, I got so bored of that shit. And Kayato or whatever the fuck his name is fucking
Kirito?
overpowered and has like super plot armor. And yeah,
I think we're only watching the first two seasons for the show. So
um,
I mean,
I guess
by
we'll
the
never
time
be friends. I'm so sorry, but thank you for the
I
$5.
I will give it a hard disagree if you get to the Alicization arc. I mean, it's there's a lot of growth for Kirito. There's deep theming. He's overpowered in sort. I mean, in the way every anime protagonist has, can do the Kinnikuman, and draw on the deep reserve of burning desire to overcome any foe. But
little Chad,
it's
you got to keep in mind this is a guy who's a fan of Kaiju number 8.
You
that's
guys
true.
go suck a dick. All
You
right,
know what? Are you mad about Kirito because he ended up with the girl?
no, he ended up with the girl in like 10 episodes. It has a greater love story than fucking Rent a Girlfriend. And it
And
wasn't
what?
even made to be a love story. They're just
So
like,
wait a
we're
second. It
fucking
wasn't.
now.
You're not setting the bar high with saying a better love story than Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, going out and buying an actual hooker
Man,
is a better love story than Rent a
that's
Girlfriend.
that's what made it so annoying. Is it got really fucking boring because it focused like 3 episodes on their relationship, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. All right, all right. Can we?
I forget Biggles is autistic. He doesn't understand the appeal of women. So
Yeah, they just asked to sleep with me, and I don't understand why.
Yeah,
probably
Um,
I
because you
mean,
have a big dick.
maybe.
I think anyone who's a hater on SAO, if they actually watch through the Alicization arc completely, you may not. I don't see
I
why
couldn't
you
make it
would
that far.
completely. I think it would help you feel like there's a lot more depth to Sword Art than what you feel like might have been there in the first season.
Well,
And I would
I
also
so I
say if
left
you
it.
don't have time and you don't want to commit to the first full seasons, what the reorientation type movies where it's from what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name?
Asuna, Asana, what's her name? Asuna.
Asuna. When it's from Asuna's perspective, the movies that they put out, they actually do. They're really well done, and they kind of speed run through several of the initial arcs of Sword Art. So they're I would recommend watching those too.
Maybe
I'm
I'll.
a big fan of Sword Art. I think that there's a lot more going on. I know some people either don't like it after when they get to the fairy arc because of the creepy dude. I mean, he's a villain. He's
I
gonna be a villain.
After episode 9, I was like, I'm kind of fucking bored with this already. Um, so let's rate Food Court. I
But
give it
how many episodes of Fairy Tale did you watch?
all of them, plus
You watched all of
plus
Fairy Tale,
plus
and
the
you're gonna
manga,
be like,
plus
I was bored with SAO.
Fairy Tale's not boring.
Dude, that shit's mid as fuck. What are you talking about?
You didn't even get to the best fucking arc.
If I have to wait
Hey,
175
listen,
episodes
that
for this
people
shit
say
to
fucking.
stop being mid,
Did you
fuck off.
did you watch One Piece?
I suffered through a lot of One Piece and dropped it because it got to a point where it was just too
But
much fuckery.
people say that takes 500 episodes to get good, and then it becomes the best anime ever.
I have long said that One Piece could do with with condensation because that show just runs for way too fucking long.
Here's the thing,
This
Biggles.
is the
You
2.0 to get the job done.
what you're talking about is what's called sunk cost fallacy. It's like what you have with Kaiju number 8. if you've suffered through 500 episodes of One Piece and you've devoted that much time to a show,
I
of
didn't suffer
course,
a moment. In
of course,
Kaiju
by the
Movie.
time you've watched 500, you're going to be like, this show is great. You've put in so much time to admit that it was bullshit. Like
I
what
didn't
you're
Well, the
telling
suffer a
difference
Crimson.
is
single
the
moment in
difference is
Kaiju
One
number
Piece
8.
actually has really well written characters. So
Yeah, like telling Crimson with Fairy Tale. If you just get through the first 150 to 200 episodes, you'll get to the great arc, to the best arc, and it'll be awesome.
I got to a fucking time skip, where
And
like
that's when
everyone
the
gets
best,
frozen in, and I
after
was
the
just
time
like,
skip is when it gets good.
I got to the point at that point I was just like, this is fucking retarded. I am not interested in this show.
I love Fairy Tale.
And
All
then I
right,
saw clips of it like going forward, and I was just like, eh, I do not regret dropping this show. The most interesting thing that happens is Gagio gets a chick pregnant.
nice. All right, let's rate this. Crimson said a 7, so I'm guessing a 70, right?
I mean, that would be the baseline if we're going about the average of how we've said it right here.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
probably
and it
have
has
the
the
lowest
20s.
score.
I'm gonna say 7.5 to 8. It's enjoyable. I really enjoyed
All right,
watching
and I'm
it.
going to say 8.5. So 7.5 or 8, little Chad.
I'll round up to 8. I'll go 8.
All right, and Crimson, you're a 7.
I'd say 7.
All right, and then we'll divide it by 3. So 7.8. So we got a 78 between us. So it is rad. All right, let's see. Any graphic language. It says
I
ass a couple times.
didn't they also say shit like I think once or twice.
It says ass, and I think.
Do you think the discussion of nipples and breasts might be considered graphic to some people?
No, I don't really think that counts.
No, that would be in sexual content.
Yeah.
They talk about the kanji of boobs. How much violence?
I mean, WADA can be pretty violent.
It's not real violence. I would-
No, bring it down to like the very first little notch there. Like, yeah, right there, because there is a scene in which WADA dies. You know.
Wada dies. Well, pretends.
I can't tell if someone's just moving shit in the basement or there's a storm outside. What the fuck?
Maybe
Oh
there's
no,
a
there's
storm
lightning.
outside.
No one's moving shit in the basement.
All
There's
right,
lightning.
ready? Is there any sexual content? Well,
They talk about the etymology
Huh?
for the different. They talk about the conjugations of the various terms for boobs.
I think she also talks about is when she's doing her mumbling fantasies about the character. Doesn't she say something? I don't know. I can't remember some of that stuff. I would say it's very limited. Just kind of just
Yeah, I
you
feel
know.
like effectively it's just they talk about boobs, and you see some bikinis.
Yeah,
That's like
it's
the
like
most you get.
teen conversation. It's nothing.
what is the political bias? Slightly right, young watches conspiracy theories.
No, Yamamoto is pro America.
She's
So,
like
so it's
she's one
very
hundred
right. It's
percent like
very right.
she's got a MAGA hat at her house.
I just love how like she's
Pro-America
sitting there,
and
like
loves-
you really love America, and just goes to her and just
and they throw the flag up and everything.
You know, I actually was gonna message in our super chat, super secret chat to maybe Biggles for him to cut that part to use as a bumper because it was like you really love America. It just like,
I was going to do like a bunch of little scenes, but I was practicing my drawing instead because I'm awful at drawing. I view One Piece as mid just because of the excessively drawn out nature of it, like a person monologuing for too long. There you go.
Or how about this? When Oda drew Luffy throwing the same punch for 3 chapters in a row. It's 3 weeks of like the only thing Luffy does is float in the air and wind up a fucking punch.
This is extremely friendly, family friendly. With literally two girls talking about life at the food court. Entertainment value, a lot. It is quick and fun. So,
It is basically it is shorter than watching a Lord of the Rings movie.
it is shorter than watching a Lord of the Rings movie. Let's okay. All right. What do you think? What do we think, guys? Chat. Tell me your thoughts. We'll put it in our review. Mid because it's long. Lord of the Rings is mid as well. Then mid because it's long. No, Lord of the Rings is short. Too short. Lord of the Rings needs to be another fucking 12 hours.
The thing is I can watch Lord of the Rings in one day. I cannot watch One Piece inside of a month.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Your review. Two girls from middle school decide that because they are going to different schools or different high schools, that they should meet every day. Every day at the food court.
I say all this
This-
about One Piece, but to be entirely honest, the idea that like some of these shows can use shorter runtimes applies to a lot of older shonens, especially ones that I really love, like Naruto. So it's not unique to One Piece.
Dragon Ball can be shorter too. This leads to shenanigans, but never remove the filler because then you don't get the fucking driving episode, which is the best episode ever. This leads to shenanigans between Wada and Yamamoto. Chet, tell me your thoughts. Come on. What should we put in? We'll put your name next to it.
No, Marcel's too busy seething that everyone gives Lord of the Rings a pass because it's a legendary story and not One Piece.
That's because it's bigger, more complicated, and better story than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is fucking extremely long, and they cut out so much of Lord of the Rings. So much of Lord of the Rings.
I think they did an excellent job consolidating it to a theatrical friendly runtime.
Yes, what little Chad said. But I want another 12 hours!
Tom Bombadil is completely effing superfluous.
You stop insulting my favorite character.
Can you tell me what the point? What does Tom Bombadil do that he's necessary in the story?
He gives them the weapons that allows them to damage the Witch King, which allows them to defeat the Witch King. He saves them from dying to the old man. What's the fucking old man Lillo? So without him, they're dead.
I don't know. I find Tom Bombadil to be unnecessary. I think Peter Jackson and his wife did a perfect job consolidating it to the root story elements that were necessary to get the core elements in there and make it compelling. Look, Amazon had multiple seasons to do something compelling with Lord of the Rings. More time doesn't actually make it better.
Well, that's because they're fucking retards. They fucking made a fanfic, and they didn't even. They spent billions of dollars, and they couldn't even do a costume right. It was like a shirt with chains on it. All right, this leads to shenanigans between Wada and Yamamoto. Hey, chat, put your reviews for this in the chat, and we'll put them in the review. Wada and Yamamoto.
Basically, I would describe it as a nice, short little comfort series that you can sit down and watch to relax.
Let's do this.
I believe in the parlance of the current vernacular, it would be referred to as a cozy show.
This is a short. Say that again, Crimson, and then I'll put cozy.
So this
for
is
the
a
weekend.
short little comfort series that you can sit down and watch in a night and have some fun with.
All right. And then we'll put Little Chad. Oops. Little Chad. It is a comfort cozy show.
COZY cozy. Yeah, it's just a cozy show. Just easy peasy.
Okay. Biggles. I love this show. Lana is basically special needs. And I love it. And Yamamoto loves America. So she is awesome too. Let's go. All right. And chat, who else didn't watch? Sorry, man. All right. Muffler tape. Hates me. No. Didn't watch. Sorry, man. All right, Marcel, give me your answer. Marcel, we need it. We need it. We need it, Marcel. Come on. Don't be afraid, Marcel. But salute for the Yamamoto. Okay. Okay, Marcel. Great comfort food. 9 out of 10. Sweet. All right. We got it at 78. We got chat's input. Let's publish it. I am not a robot. Oh, wait, that's part of his head. That's not part of the bicycle. Motorcycles. That's part of the motorcycle. That's part of the motorcycle. Is that a motorcycle? That looks like a motorcycle. Gosh, dang it. Can we stop this? Why do I have to confirm I'm a person? I'm not real anyways.
Man, they're making you do a lot of these. What the fuck?
Why can't I do this? Holy fuck, man.
I would have laughed if it would have made you do it again at the end there.
All right. What is...
Rate criticless on criticless.
Yeah. Clevitas. All right. So we forgot Clevitas last week. I can't believe you guys didn't remind me. You guys got to remind me of shit because I'm retarded. So she gets a sword. He takes the sword away. We meet this guy who is a... You wouldn't say a minion. What would you say for the other Dark Lord?
A servant.
Yeah,
Servant? The servant?
an underling servant.
Okay.
Minion.
Minion, get on that cannon.
Banana. Okay.
No, I was going for Borderlands 2 here.
Was that Claptrap?
Yeah.
All right. So they fight the guy, and then they find out some other stuff that's going on. There's going to be a war, and basically the hero girl tells him, if you don't, if this isn't stopped, then he won't be king because the people will be gone. So Clementine is like
Basically,
this.
Clevitas is finding out that he has created his own set of problems for what
Mhm.
he was initially going to do, and is sort of realizing that things are a little bit more complicated. One of the things I do like is Clevitas turns back into like his beast form in this episode, and
Mhm.
it does show that the show or that the people working on this are good animators because we get another little like shot of that really good animation that we've gotten a couple of episodes, particularly when it mattered.
Mhm.
So I'm happy to see that they haven't like completely given up after the first episode. This one though, it's kind of interesting. Um, we get a little bit of lore about Alucia in this one, particularly about like her father and fighting Drell and all that, and it's interesting to see Clevitas himself like take a bit more of like a philosophical position on some of these things. You would expect him to be very hands off, like, all right, well, you're gonna go kill someone. All right, fine, fuck off, go kill someone. It's just gonna help me in the end. But in this, like, he specifically tells her not to fight Drell because her father told her not to,
Mhm.
and then even encourages her to keep following the path of the hero. It was a very weird turn of it was not weird. It was a very interesting turn of events, and I kind of like what they're doing with this character, where like it's not just like Clevitas isn't just some monster who is completely out to destroy humanity. He's actually taken a genuine interest in seeing what the fuck is up with these peons.
Mhm. And I also like how he gets along great with Nelaru is her new name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how he gets along great with her. He's really likes the wet nurse. Uh, that they even like revived her and everything. Dude, that chick is super strong. You had the two muscular dudes and they couldn't even lift her stuff that she
Do
was
you
carrying
do
on her
you
back.
know why, Biggles? Do you know why?
He probably he probably used the what is it called? Ether or Ecor?
He used the troll parts to rebuild her body. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's why she smells like one, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Thanks, guys. This is why I keep you around.
As
That's
subtle as a sledgehammer to the face, my
that's
friend.
also why she can carry like super amounts of weight now and has increased strength. It's yeah.
There we
This,
go.
you must be autistic to some level if you don't pick up on these sorts of cues.
Probably. I don't know. I am brain damaged too, so I used to do a lot better at understanding shit. Um,
Did you?
yes, I did. I used to be very, very smart, and now I have the brain of a potato. I think my brain got replaced by a potato. Uh,
Now you're out here like Brondo has what plants need.
has what plants crave. Electrolytes. What are electrolytes? They're what plants crave. Okay. And then what's the name of the wizard from that other kingdom?
I forget, but
The
he's a
bug
little
wizard.
shit now, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have the sword. So do you think she'll be able to pull it out and then fuck these motherfuckers up? Because Clevitas is gone, so she's going to have to do it.
Who knows?
I
I doubt that they're gonna let them abduct the kid this early in the series.
I think we're about to see some benefits to being rebuilt with troll parts coming up
Oh yeah, that could be a thing too. And
because
Some Hulk smash sort of stuff.
yeah,
Biggles would be into that.
do you think
because she's not going to let anybody mess with her baby.
do you think the minion might still be around from the other Dark Lord?
No,
I
doubt
doubt
it.
he would.
He flew off.
I think he already returned.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Um
My
I will
guess
say
is
I
the
was
scenario.
wrong about
Oh,
the wizard guy, but I'm still suspecting that one of the Dark Beast Lords, is working with Bolin.
so here's my theory is going to be just like in a lot of anime, our two minions that have been left behind will hold off and hold the front just long enough
For
for
him to show up
Clevitas to make to get back
and then kill everyone.
and take things, take things out. My guess is Bug Wizard gets killed and Girl Wizard is the one that gets away for a fight another day.
That would make sense. I hope uh, the Bug Wizard gets killed. His design just creeps me out.
Plus, it's something that's going to hide because he's the number one wizard in that army. So it's going to be something that would get the attention of that general.
All right. Gotcha. Gotcha. How do you spell it? Gotcha.
Gachi Akuta. Gachi.
Ah, okay, I did it. There we go. Gachi Achika. Okay, so this one they're having a party. He's down in the dumps. They fix stuff, and then they fight raiders. Raiders are pretty cool. They're like the fucked up version of givers, like bandits, though, right? They're not really givers. They have powers too, right?
Did episode 5 for this drop, or I haven't seen a new episode of this yet.
There was just an episode that dropped yesterday, I thought.
Was there? I must have missed it.
The Raiders.
Either way, I kind of know what happens in this next chapter. So like I can kind of keep up. I just don't know what they covered in this episode.
Staff Boy fought a guy who could just keep disappearing, and they were like clay things fighting. They went into it. They got
it definitely sounds like I missed an episode
against the Raiders. Little Chad, have you watched this one? Can you help me out?
No, I'm still.
Right, okay, we'll switch episodes then, because there's no way I can carry a conversation on this because I barely remember it. I just know he was down in the dumps. They partied. They ended up fighting some raiders, and the staff did kick some ass, but was also getting his ass kicked. What's another one we're watching?
Do you want to do? We've got Rory Rocks. We've got Ugly
Rory Rocks,
Mug, Epic Fighter, Secrets
Rory
of the
Rocks.
Silent.
Let's go. Rory Rocks. All right. So as we said earlier, they all run into Rory's ass, and
that's not Rory.
I mean Nagi's ass. Sorry.
Thank you.
Like I said, I am so jealous. I wish that could have been me.
Rory runs into Amari's ass, I think, and then they were like a human centipede at one point, where it was Nagi, Amari into Nagi's ass, and then Rory into
I'm not saying
Amari.
I mean, the direction in this episode was very interesting in that you had a lot of shots where you're downhill looking up at Nagi walking, getting some good shots.
Can we just acknowledge that she looks amazing when she ties her hair up like that?
Yep. And there were several shots where it was her and the other college student where their boobs were framing things. Like it would be Nagi on the left side of the screen, the other girl on the right side, and then the camera was just viewing between them.
You're going to have to give me a second. I'll be right back.
Make sure you mute your mic.
He's like, if you're going to goon.
But no, Ruri's all searching for sapphires. She did all her research. She redid her research and found more. They found a deposit of sapphires. So
I kind of figured that's where they were going, and I started talking about like the dragon and everything, like as like the legend of the shrine and all that. And I was like, okay, so they're gonna get up there, and they're probably gonna refer to like the sapphires that they find as the dragons. And it was kind of nice to see that like they actually found like a sizable sample of that of sapphires up there. So Ruri gets her sample that she's really been looking forward to finding. They also discover like an actual shrine site and some very interesting things about the geology. One of the big things that like, and I know we talk about like how hot Nagi is, and just like generally what happens in these episodes. But I do want to appreciate that Ruri as a character has developed quite a bit along the journey as well. Like she's gone from that like impatient, always like energetic child to someone who's actually like putting in the research to finding things and like learning how to like actually work in the field and everything and taking a genuine interest in it. So that part of it is another like a good element to the show. I don't think that it does there's not like really anything in here that I think is like critiquable outside of the fact that I wish the information was a little bit more in depth.
So
I wish that they were in some of the promo art outfits.
maybe that's later on in the series, little Chad.
I mean, we
Um,
kind of had a beach episode, but it wasn't really a beach episode. So.
I mean, I blame Crimson for sharing that promo art and letting me see that it existed.
Damn it, Crimson, you ruined everything.
Look, I had to spread the news. Like, there is no way I could keep that to myself.
Crimson
Like,
is he's like, have you heard? Let me share you the good news of Nagi.
So
I have tons of stuff saved on my phone.
hey, sorry. So we do find Nagi has another flaw. She ruins fun stories. Rui's like, so there really was a dragon, and she's like, no, it was probably just a bear. Come on, Nagi, don't ruin a little girl's fantasy.
But she
Oh,
did
Christian.
but the little girl did learn a lot about actually doing proper scientific investigation. She learned about doing, testing to lower the range of the zone she was looking at. She learned about checking her work to see if mistakes were made. There's a lot of good
Ruri's like
stuff.
16, by the way. She's in
Yeah,
high school.
Yeah.
She's not a
yeah.
little girl.
She's still a little girl.
So the fact that she's still out here like, wait, dragons were real? No, that means she's about as dumb as the rocks she's studying.
Hey, you know what? Dragons are real, okay? Nagi lied. All right.
I
So,
do think her Rory's mother should be thankful every day that she ran into Nagi because this girl was probably on a wrong track for
costing her money.
She
costing
was
her
gonna
money.
she was gonna marry some rich dude and just be, the bimbo girl for the rest of her life. And now she's actually taking an interest in, bettering herself and pursuing some level of education.
Poor girl. All right.
And if nothing, this show also, from just going back to the character design, like I know a lot of people, especially right now, knock anime and are attacking it based on the character designs and the objectification of women. And you can point to the show and be like, look, we put this girl in a button-up shirt and jeans. You can still make them hot. You don't need to, like, anime has attractive girls in it, not because they're always in like bikini armor or any of those other crazy things. Sometimes the best girl is in jeans and a button-up shirt and just happens to have a war hammer for it splitting rocks.
Sometimes less is more. And this is one of the things that I wish people would appreciate about, like, fan service or just, the appeal of a good woman. Like, she doesn't have to strip all her clothes off for you to appreciate her. Like,
Hmm.
she can still be hot with her clothes on.
Yeah, I think that's something that a show like even Rascal
Mhm.
kind of walks a very fine line about occasionally giving you some of those fan services type elements, but then twisting it and getting into an in-depth story and then having a very respectful regular kind of character designs, school outfits, regular clothes. And there's still attractive women in that one, and it's still a good show. And I think, yeah, you don't always have to have silly over the top designs to get people to fall in love with your character.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we have gushed more about Nagi this season than probably any girl in the last, I think, two or three
Well,
anime seasons.
Except Goa for me.
the two characters that I have talked more about, like just myself, in the last two seasons. One was Reika Kujirai from Kowloon Generic Romance last season, and now it's Nagi.
Now, for generic romance, they did do some initial shots that were very 90s fan
Right?
servicey,
And they also had her
Mhm.
naked in one.
but but at the same time, like Crimson said, fan service can be done in little bits and it can be more effective. Actually, I would argue, like Crimson saying, the fact that we had those moments, but they were brief and in between a lot of regular stuff, made the fan service more impactful. It made her become a more of an impression on your mind because the fan service really stuck with you because it wasn't just constant. If it's constant, like what is it, like the line from The Incredibles, if everybody's special, nobody's special. Like
Mhm.
if you're just doing fan service 24/7 in your show, it becomes nothing. But in shows like generic romance, like your fan service mattered. It actually stuck with you. It made the girl even more attractive and more compelling because you didn't, you got it occasionally. Was you want to have sometimes you want to have the chase. You don't just want it constantly there.
Well, it's like Go and Shy Princess. She says, "Well, I'm always dressed like this," so he's used to it. But you're not. So if you're showing a little skin, he's going to go unconscious. And
Well,
then when she's also fully clothed, he goes unconscious.
mhm. As far as like fan service goes, I've always treated it as like a garnish for any sort of storytelling. It's not something you want to spam out there that like is just like constantly there. Not that it's like the worst thing that you could, come across, but I genuinely prefer the stories that do stuff like Ruri Rocks or Kylo and Generic Romance, where it's fewer and far between. It's a little bit more moderate in the way it does things, and I feel like that is good for a lot of different things. It's better for the story, it's better for the characters, and it's also just better for the fan service because it's more appealing when it actually happens.
Hey, Ryan sent a bunch of people over here. Thank you. Hi, Ryan. I know you don't like anime, so this will probably be boring for you. But we're here. Uh, Gay
Like
Ryan told me to be here. Hail, Ryan
which one?
Kittleraid.
I was like, oh, okay. I was about to say, which one is the gay Ryan? Are we talking Ryan Kinnell?
I guess so. Thanks,
And
Ryan.
it turns out that is in fact.
Ryan host you. Like everybody's guys, I don't talk about the same stuff as Ryan. I talk about anime and sometimes rant about baseball. But thank you all for being here. I am Biggles Mets. I am Ryan's official hype man. So hello, welcome, welcome,
There's
welcome.
also the occasional time
Here
where
comes
Biggles
home
will talk
crisis.
about threatening a child, but
Yeah,
just so we know that it's all jokes, it's all in good fun. Any comments about strangling his nephews or anything, he doesn't actually mean them. He does. Don't
the
let him
gay
do it to
Ryan
him.
is Ryan Johnson. Okay. We love anime. Ryan loves anime. We're someone bought Ryan Berserk and he still hasn't read it. They bought him Berserk.
All I remember about Ryan Kinnell's like anime takes was he said something about like I saw Attack on Titan once in like a commercial or something. There's just a bunch of giant naked dudes running around. Like, why the fuck would I watch this?
All right, so we're on Ugly Mug Epic Fighter now. You guys just missed us talking about Rui Rocks, and we talked almost 45 minutes for Food Court. So there's the casino episode in this one, and he just wants to destroy rich people. And uh, Saika, that's how you say her name, right? Saika.
Seika.
Seika. Yeah, that's why I'm awful at this. So Seika,
I don't know how you're so bad at Japanese when it's literally one of the most phonetic languages you can come
because
across.
I'm really bad at English and I'm really bad at phonetics.
This should be super easy for you, you dyslexic fuck.
I'm
It's
sorry.
literally like it's said exactly how you read it.
For those of us new to the chat, we say these things to Biggles out of love. We when
Through
Crimson
hate, we
says
love.
when Crimson says you should be aware of this, you dyslexic fuck. He's really being polite.
No, I'm telling him to go fuck himself because he annoys me.
11 people. There's 200. Holy shit, guys! If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I do videos on anime all the time. If you like anime, I don't talk about like pop culture stuff outside of anime and games because I don't understand any of it. So most of that I get from Ryan, anyways. Set 20. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. You get not you get Lucy. And then you get this one.
I need to document the occasion.
Huh? No, you don't.
All right, all right. So these 20 went to Green Hair, Anti-Liberal, Donna Hall, Steel Egg of History, Eric Reinhardt, Evan Martin, Zombie Box Reviews, Some Dude, Sleazy, Y, or that's
WY Circus Freak.
WY Circus Freak, Jens, Metallic Long, Alec Baldwin's Finger, ABF got one. Peace Pipe Podcast, Toxic Male got one, The Beast got one, Rachel Hill got one, Jed Revenwolf got one, Scattered Knight got one, Spirian got one, and K Revenwolf got one. All right, let's see. Hold on. Chat is going off now as well. Let me just go through all these real quick. Oh, it doesn't really actually say anything. Okay. Ladybug is saying hi. That's 100. That's 100. Is that really? That's insane. Thank you. Wait, no.
Yeah,
Mine are
if it's
mine are
$1.99, it's $40.
Mine are $2 each, so it's not that expensive. But still, that's a lot for me. That's the most I've gotten, I think.
Yeah,
Boobs.
yes. We don't pry into your wallets quite as much as anyone else, you know.
I refuse to overcharge.
That doesn't mean you
people.
can't choose to offer money from your wallets if you're inclined.
This is true.
Thank you so much. If
we will never say no to another $20. Biggles believes firmly that $20 is $20.
Yes, I learned that from Ryan. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. What up, Ryan?
Hi, he's in the chat.
So if I could, so I've known Ryan forever now. Like I feel like 5 years at least. It might actually be longer than that now, almost 6 years. And I remember like the first time meeting Ryan, I was like, all right, man, I'll drive up to Vegas. So I drive up to Vegas. I meet Ryan, and he just looks at me and goes, come here and give me a hug. So I had to go give Ryan a hug. And I think he's in a pink shirt when I meet. New here. What's your favorite anime or anime recommendation?
That is the most loaded question you can ever ask anime fans, by the way.
All right, so
all right, everyone, prepare your dissertations.
All right, so my favorite anime is Goblin Slayer, but I'm fucked up, so I don't recommend it to people, especially because of the first episode.
That one's a hard one to start with. Yes,
but if you want one that you could like, that's really good, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's not one of my favorites, but I do think it's one of the best. And the only reason why it's not one of my favorites is because I'm fucked up in the head, and I like different stuff.
Yeah, you were really excited about Takapi's Original Sin.
Yeah, the child abuse. So
the real answer on like which is your favorite anime, or anime recommendation, it depends on what kind of genres you like, because anime is just such a broad medium. Like, do you like fantasy? Do you want romance? Do you want like
there are
overpowered
a lot of
action
questions that you're gonna have to ask? Like, do you want a story with like some meaning to it, or do you want just like a normal action series? Do you want like a fantasy, sci-fi, I don't know, some sort of like supernatural thing? It really comes down to the person's personal tastes when you're, getting recommendations for people.
If you want,
honestly, yeah, Ashbourne over there with Dan to Dan, it has it all. And Dan to Dan is a mashup of pretty much most genres you could see in anime. So it's not a wrong answer to say Dan to Dan, but I think if you've never watched any anime before, Dan to Dan might be a little bit jumbly to jump into. You might need a gateway drug, so to speak.
Crimson, this is a you question.
The only one that I could think of that has tentacles in it would be Gushing Over Magical Girls.
There you go. But that's not a full hentai. But okay.
Hold on. It may not be full, but it is is basically H.
Okay.
It's H.
Attack on Titan Death Notes are some of my favorite. I will give Attack on Titan the first couple of seasons really, really good. Hey, look, fuck all of you. Kaiju number 8 right here. Let's go. Kaiju number 8 is one of my favorite. Even though I know the ending and they don't like the ending, do not ruin the ending because they haven't watched it. Do not get into the ending.
Don't worry. I'm not a dick to people who don't like actually obsess over this stuff like I do.
Dragon Ball is awesome. Okay, met the voice actor this year too. I've only met Renault's voice actor, and I was going to meet a lot more, but I couldn't go. Little Chad says, "Thank you, Ryan." Yeah, thanks a lot, Ryan, and thank you all for being here. Usually, this show is only like a solid 10 people that love being here all the time. I'm solely here to complain about the ending of Attack on Titan, and I don't blame you.
Based. Okay. If you want the same message as Attack on Titan, but in a less nihilistic version, watch the remake of Space Battleship Yamato. So Star
Ooh.
Blazers 2199.
I do
Literally the
enjoy
exact
that.
same thing, except it has a better, more positive message than Attack on Titan.
All right.
Fuck Isayama and his nihilistic bullshit.
Yeah, I've met so many voice actors. I really like Ray Chase because he'll come here a lot, and then I just go and talk to him for like 30 minutes because he knows who I am now. So that's pretty cool. But back to Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. We have a casino episode. Saika. I could get distracted by everything. Oh, isn't this the one you did a fictionality, Gian?
Yeah, I did a whole show on Samurai Champloo. It was a good show.
So Crimson has a whole show on this one from like a couple months ago. Kill your enemies when you have the chance, or else. Isayama. I like that, but it's what else he did. He turned enemies into friends.
Isayama's whole message is you will never escape from killing each other. It will always come back to haunt you. That is everything that Isayama said.
All right. Now, back to Ugly Mug Epic Fighter, the casino episode. Saika is like, yeah, I'm rich. And then Reese finds out that you guys read any manhwas. We've read
Solo Leveling and Teenage Mercenary are the only manhwa I've ever read.
I am reading a baseball one where the guy gets drafted by the Phillies, but it's a different team name, so I'm able to read it without getting upset. I'm reading a villainous manhwa, which is like I'm a single mom now villainous story, which is kind of cool. And then I've read a lot of Solo Leveling. But manhwas are cool because they're colored. So I hope that
whoa. You can't refer to them like that.
Sorry. They have colors.
We can't refer to them as colored anymore, Biggles.
Oh, they're comics of color. Is that okay? I don't know. You stop making rules. Okay, so Casino Psycho is like, yeah, I'm rich, and then Reese reads that they can see the fucking special note, and is like, yeah, they're going to. He wants to destroy all rich people, and Psycho's like blew through like 200 or 20,000.
20,000. Yep.
20,000 Rias or something like. What are they called? Rias?
Fake currency of the realm.
Yeah, realm currency.
Generic isekai currency. Let's just call it that.
Japanese webtoons. No, manhwas are
Korean, and they're done all in color,
yeah,
which separates them from manga.
Yeah, and they're vertical. They're vertical, not horizontal. Don't pull a Joey Swoll. $5. Wanted to thank Crimson again for the "You Are Miss Servant" recommendation from a while ago. Found it quite wholesome. There you go, Crimson.
I was kind of sad by the ending of that one. I felt like it kind of like did the whole thing a disservice, but it is generally a very, very wholesome show.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for hanging out too. So I still haven't watched it. I put it on my watch list, but I haven't got to it yet. So Saika meets with the guy who wants to destroy all rich people, and Saika is like, "Oh, he's so nice," and then how do you say his name? Shiguri? Shiguri? Shigeru? How do you say it? Guys, help me out. Come on, please.
For some reason, I'm drawing Shigeru.
I thought it was Shigeru.
Okay, Shigeru. Yeah, okay. Shigeru, who's this big, fat, ugly guy. He's like, no, he's an awful person and all this. So they devise a plan to stop this guy because there's all these job postings that are sketchy, so they want to find.
Well, you're leaving out the part where the girl who can read the special notes was able to see that this guy is like a scum. But it's. I mean, it's more. I mean, he. Anyway.
I said that twice, but then we kept getting distracted, and I had to see. Okay, so I didn't leave it out, but thank you.
And found a finger.
Oh yeah, they did find a finger. Yeah, it's not bad so far. I really like Saika, who makes the whole show worth watching, and then he's like the almighty god.
She really was the star of the last episode, and her older, actually it's not her older brother, it's Rize's older brother. But the whole, like, he has an incredibly cringe-inducing, very detailed description of his transformation in his notes. She was the star of the last episode. She was pretty good in this one. As far as this goes, it's been a decent little show so far. It's been better than I expected. I thought it was just going to be another throwaway isekai anime for the season. And for the largest part of it, it kind of is. When we talk about, like, you know, what does it do that is particularly unique? Really, it's just that it actually kind of has a point to its characters. They're all people trying to escape their old lives. And that's why they have, you know, come to this world. Unfortunately, our main character made some mistakes, so that's why he is who he is now. Either way, it's an interesting show if you look at it from the perspective of like what it's actually trying to say, what the point of the whole thing is. But as far as like being innovative with its like isekai tropes or anything, no, it's very like C tier otherwise. It has some decent characters, like we said. Seika is pretty much the star of the show when it comes to, I don't know, endearing characters. And Seiji himself. Yeah, Seiji is he is a thing. the whole joke about him is that he's supposed to be incredibly cringe. Yeah. But like, it's a decent watch. I don't think I could like strongly recommend everyone check it out, but if you want to experiment a little bit with something a little bit out there, this is probably a good way to like wet your toes into some of the weirder things that you'll find when you start watching anime.
Check out the Full Metal Alchemist manga. That's really good too. But One Piece isn't over yet, so I don't know if you can consider it the greatest. Because what if that has a bad ending and no one gets what you want, Crimson? What if the One Piece isn't real? You never know.
The One Piece is the friends we made along the way, you know?
Yeah. What if it's just the power of friendship? All right. Let's go. Let's try this one. Secret of the. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
Let's go into The Secret of the Silent Witch, which is one of my favorite shows of the whole thing.
The Monica Can't Dance episode.
Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. What's that guy's name? Neil? Is Neil the mage who's like super, super powerful, but like is like super hyper? the one who kept stepping on her toes at the first port that they had to.
I
relearn?
don't remember his name because it was only mentioned like a couple of times, and I don't think I saw it in this episode. I wasn't really paying attention. I think the biggest point of memory for me in this one was effectively the whole thing where she gets distracted by the brooch and her like autistic math brain kicks in and she starts pondering the nature of light reflectivity and all that, and is like analyzing the proportions and the cuts on the gem and all that, and is like sitting there and she's dancing well, and she's like, well, being distracted by your brooch made helped me cut out all the useless stuff so I could focus. And he just looks at her like, was conversing with me one of those useless things?
And she's like, "Oh no, I just mean your brooch is really pretty." So I think it's great. I like how I think Cyril actually likes Monica because like the person who saved his life had little hands, and he's like, "You have little hands," and it's like it's Monica, and he goes to dance with her, and they're like, "Oh, that's great," and then she dances with like his highness, and he just like leads her the whole way.
This
And-
is a very interesting anime to anyone who's like not familiar with it in the chat. Effectively, like a lot of it is going to be more of like the slice of life kind of stuff, but there's a core story to it where you effectively have this really shy and unpersonable main character who is sent on this covert mission to protect the second prince of the nation. And the animation, as far as like action and stuff goes, is done very well. It's just not ever really required very heavily. There have been like two major scenes, one at the beginning when she kills a bunch of dragons, and then one later on where she takes care of one of the students who's, you know, running out of control. And then of course we get the hypnotized into the Fibonacci sequence part.
that takes.
I had to double check that before I put it in my video on this show. And so I literally went and like found the scene in one of the episodes where it like it starts doing the full thing, and compared it to the actual numbers. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this joke checks out. I was correct. It's whenever she refers to a beautiful sequence of numbers, she's talking about Fibonacci sequence.
So there's also the tea party in this one. So I actually think the tea party part is actually better than the dancing part.
The Silent Witch fangirl.
Yes.
Is it as good a tea party as Leon Faux Barfort could have given?
No one can do a better tea party than Leon Faux Bartfort except for his master. That is facts. Freerin. We can't say that when
Freyrin?
we can't say
Freerin?
that when the
Freerin?
beast is around. 'Cause
Freyrin?
he'll get all upset and then track or try to take over the stream. All right, so we have the tea party, and what is her name? Lana. The friend's name is the friend's name Lana.
I believe it's like Lana Colette or something like that.
So her two friends and they're part of the same group for the tea party, and they get this new girl. Well, Isabella, who's this girl right here, helps Monica deal with all the villainous type characters that she's going to deal with. But this one is not any of the ones that she had to deal with. She's like kind of mean, and remember that anime with the girl who only cared about efficiency? You know, she was one of the 100 girlfriends, you know, and had that problem with the beauty girl. You guys know that anime?
100 Girlfriends?
Girlfriends?
Oh my God, yes, you do. Okay, so I was making a joke. I was expecting you guys to be like, yeah, that's AI. Or
100 girlfriends.
Nano
we don't.
AI, yes.
We don't
Nano
joke
AI.
about 100 girlfriends, Biggles.
I was waiting for you guys to be like, yeah. Okay, so
you don't joke about peak culture.
I was trying to get you to use your information.
I'm sorry, with everything we've had to spell out to you, Mr. Subtle as a sledgehammer to the face, I can never tell anymore whether you're being serious or not with this shit.
Okay, so in that,
Wait, was that girl one of the third sisters? Maybe.
she probably was. There's many sisters in 100 Girlfriends apparently later. Okay, so there's the so like she's kind of like Nano in that part where she's like, well, it doesn't make sense to me, right? And that's kind of what this girl is like. Like it's all about efficiency.
This girl is more so just pretentious.
She's
She
the
has someone she
principal.
looks up to. Yeah, pretty much. I don't care because I refer to myself as pretentious all the time. She doesn't really care what other people think because she has someone that she looks up to. And I don't really think it's so much efficiency as she views the silent witch as like wise or ideal and like not saying something or conversing in a way that like just doesn't matter.
And Monica's like freaking out, thinking like, "Oh no, my cover's blown." But before that, Monica and her friend had the names underneath their tea. Well, those stupid rich girls from the episode where she falls down the stairs, they throw her tea in the trash can because, hey, I think I figured that out, right? Correct? Right, Crimson?
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah. Woohoo, see, look. Take
Golf
that,
clap, golf clap.
All right, so they ruined her thing. So they let the other tea goes first, so everybody has their tea. The one girl who wanted her friends to enjoy the tea, she got scolded by the new villainess in this, the one who's the fangirl of Monica, and then Monica decided that was Metal Slave. Metal Slave gave you one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As far as I don't know. It's always funny to me watching characters like inadvertently try to mess with someone who could kill them with a sneeze.
I know.
Like, let's just put this in a frame of reference. Monica could walk by you and kill you without saying a word. It would just look like you exploded.
100% true.
It is, yeah. When it is funny when you're in the worlds, in the anime worlds where they make silent casting something that only usually your protagonist can do. How OP that skill set actually is. When everyone else has to do chants, because like Crimson is saying, if you're in the world where you can silent cast, you can just be skipping along do 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 and someone just explodes and no one would even know you did it.
I mean, she's already done like stuff like with her magic that nobody has realized, like stopping the flower pot from falling, or particularly my favorite when she decided to change the stairs so that she just slid all the way down instead of falling. And it backfired because she built up too much momentum on the way down.
I loved the inner monologue in that sequence where she's like, if I do this, it'll be too obvious. And so where as she's falling down, like about to hit the stairs, she's going through and game theorying out like all the different scenarios for her to be able to cast on the fly the right answer. It's just awesome.
Have a good one. Thanks for being here.
There's a lot of little fun things about this one. It's got a little bit of action. I'm hoping that as we get closer to the end of the season, we'll see more of that. More of like the actual magic stuff like we saw at the very beginning. But it's been a nice little like character development session, particularly for Monica, and the fact that she is such a endearing, likable main character. Helps this show immensely. Otherwise, it would really come off as just another like stereotypical sort of fantasy school setting. Like, I don't know, several other anime have been these past couple of seasons.
Hi, Spirian. Monica, the character that can kill you, but everybody wants to protect because she's so adorable. Okay, what should our next one be?
You know, it'd be funny with now that we've got all these people in the chat who are asking about like never watching anime. If we could do the experiment and have them go watch Scooped Up by an S rank party, and
Let's
see if
do
they
it.
feel like that's a fresh, entertaining show
Does
because
this
they
mean
haven't
watch
because they
anime?
haven't actually seen it 17 times like we have in the
Yeah.
last
You,
three
you mean the
seasons.
series that would be jealous of the vibrance of the average glass of tap water?
Oh man, that show sucks.
It,
But we do have a bunch of people here. So what anime are you watching, chat? Or if you're not watching an anime, what type of anime would you like? And we can give recommendations. Because we were going to talk mostly about Food Court today, but we did that and then we got distracted, so we only talked about like 3 of the ones we normally talk about on top of that. And I know I haven't got to Bunny Girl Senpai, the new episode, because I was rewatching everything and taking notes.
yeah, I think Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl could be a good intro anime to somebody if they're into kind of romance with a little stuff going like that's got depth to it. But I wouldn't recommend that as an intro one for most people. Like
It's going to
especially
seem
with
a little
time
weird
loops.
at first, just because the bunny girl thing. But like after the first 3 episodes, you start to see it in a different light.
I just try to stay away from animes with time loops as intro recommendations to people.
'Cause
I'd
it can
like
get
people to
confusing.
get a little anime under their belt before I'm like, here, try one with a time loop. It's
Yeah.
gonna be, it'll
So
be fine.
so A Money, is it just a bad adaptation?
I doubt it's just a bad adaptation. I'm pretty sure we're just influenced by the fact that this story has been, like just this story beat, this story style has been played out so many times.
It's
What would
even
be
worse than
hilarious
Brilliant
if
Killer.
Scooped Up by an S rank party was like the first one, and it just got goofed on before it got adapted. And like where you're like, oh, it's even though it was the first manga, it's the 80,000th version to get adapted as an anime, so it just feels old and tired to us, even though it might have been the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's talk
as
about
long
that.
as we're
Let's
talking
talk
about
about that.
Don, imagine getting the lead singer for Dragon Force to voice act in your series just so you could make him sing an entire like original song.
I loved this last episode. It was so
The
awesome.
It was
the
so
Hayashi
cool.
performance was so amazingly adapted in this one. It
This-
was.
They're just like, yeah, I can't bang it and shit.
I
just-
watched the Japanese
Yeah.
and
So
English
good.
version of this episode.
Didn't
They're
I
both
hear?
fucking
I
great.
heard there was what's the Japanese band that they're apparently a like a parody of?
I forget.
Because there was a story I saw where
reminded
they're
me
like
of
they were
Fritz.
considering suing because they didn't like the fact that they were clearly using likenesses of them.
I don't
in
think
the
it was
show.
that. I think their lawyers informed them that there was possible copyright infringement, and they just ignored it.
It's an awesome episode.
Muffler
so
Six is
good.
ex-Japan. Oops.
Marty
are-
Friedman of Megadeth played guitar. Oh, this
They got a lot of people for this one. It was kind of interesting.
So it was ex-Japan.
Yep. Okay, that was the band. All right, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like, if you haven't watched any anime and you're a bold person, Dan to Dan might be the first one to like. It is if you are just like ready
it's
for
kind of
balls to
weird
the
though.
wall.
It's kind of weird though. Like it takes a.
And Gigi could annoy the fuck out of everyone like it does me.
No, you're just fucking
You're the
retarded.
only one who I've ever
You're
heard
just
complain about
fucking
Gigi
retarded,
like that.
Biggles.
I know other people who don't like Gigi either.
Yeah,
There's
well,
people who
you,
don't
you
like
all
him
you
as
can
a-
all go in your go off into your corner and jack yourself off to Kaiju number 8. Okay.
I don't need to. I'm not this person.
I regret to say that I have touched myself to hentai with better animation than this. That shouldn't be a thing.
That
I
was in
still
reference
100% stand by
The
that.
beginning after the end. Yeah.
Because the beginning after the end was a horrid adaptation.
I feel bad for the people. It's getting a second season, and the fans of that manga already roasted it alive. I don't think they're going to somehow be able to increase its quality
Well, didn't
between
the-
season 1 and season 2.
Didn't the manhwa writer say he's ending it now because of
He
how
quit. Yeah,
bad?
he's
It's
done with
over.
his
It's already
story.
concluded.
Yeah.
He literally said like I don't know how long ago I covered this on one of my live streams, but he said like he was going to wrap it up, and it seems like he's very like deflective when people like start talking about the anime and everything or ask him questions about it, and I think that's because there is an NDA in place because that's just how these things work.
Mhm.
But Studio ACAT was a terrible choice to go with, and I think that he did not have the experience to like actually go through this, or Crunchyroll might have just given him a bunch of bad studios, and ACAT was the only one that was worth working with.
So
We don't know because we haven't seen the list of the other studios that Crunchyroll offered to put him in contact with.
yes, but that show sucks and he quit, so that's great. He ended it because he hated it so much. So, question on this: when you heard Bryce Papenbrook's voice, did you watch the villainess one? Because I am a big fan of them as
You're the piano man.
dude. So I met Bryce and I told him that we played the Otome game, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't voice that one." And I said, "I know." So we were reading it in your voice, but we couldn't do your Alan voice, so we did it as a Nosuke. So he started doing a Nosuke's voice, saying Alan's line, and he was like, "What is a piano? Why does it make these noises when I hate it?" And I was laughing so hard. And I was like, "Bryce, you are awesome." Yeah, Bryce is a
My
totally cool
throat
dude.
still like I was not good for a couple of days after doing all those lines in the Inosuke voice.
Oh man, it's so great. But he's in the villainous shows, and it's great. Alan is a
But
great character.
yeah.
Uh,
Insofar as like just to sort of like wrap up the Dandadan thing goes, there's a lot of good things about Dandadan. It is a little on the weird side. So for some people, it might not be your cup of tea because there are some odd topics. I mean, the premise is effectively a kid gets his balls stolen by ghosts. So now he has to fight cryptids, ghosts, and aliens to try and get them back.
he only has one right now, right?
I believe they only have recovered one, yes.
Poor kid. Ogre,
But
I like Ogre.
I think the characters are all really well done. I like the way that they do a lot of like references and stuff to like Star Trek, Back to the Future. There are some like alien ones, Evangelion references. There are a bunch of little Easter eggs and stuff in here. I'm still upset that they removed the Obama Easter egg from the first episode.
There was an Obama Easter egg.
So in the manga, when Okarun is like showing like the magazine, like the president of the United States and did all this in the manga, it's Barack Obama.
No. Okay.
Yeah, and he literally says Barack Obama made contact with aliens.
All right, let's go into my dress up, darling. So we have the culture festival.
I laughed out loud at little Chad's reaction to that clip I sent.
Kawaii.
Just,
Dude, I was dying so hard. That was great. And it all comes from the outro of this show.
Dude, I edited the part of that video drunk, and I woke up the next day and went to finish it off. And I was like, "What the fuck was I doing?" Drunk me is officially banned from ever editing a video.
So we were trying to talk to it. So what happens here? I'll tell you right now what happens here. We get off on tangents and tangents and tangents, and then I try to get us back to what we're talking about. And then we go off on more tangents again, and then try to go back to what we're talking about. So as long as the thing is still up on the screen, that's our main subject. And we just have went off the rails because we're crazy people.
It's like any live stream in this sphere. Like we're not going to stay on topic for the entire time. So
I just really want that clip to just get used. I know it's deleted,
Did-
but it broke me when I saw
This is
Which clip?
the your deleted scene, Crimson.
I mean,
kawaii.
yeah.
Kawaii.
I just felt it was one of those things where like I made it and I was just like, this is a little too cringe for me to actually keep in here. Like
Crimson.
I'm gonna save it and just have it in my back pocket for whatever reason, but like it's too cringe to leave in the video. Like there's no reason for this to be in here.
That should be a 10,000 subscriber bonus, like members only video clip.
Just start making like deleted clips or whatever, and like when I finally hit 1,000 or something, just like start like just compile a bunch of like random things, like the incest is wincest moment.
Jeez. Oh wait, I can do this. Let's see. Hold on. We're gifted some more subs. No, I don't think it caught up to the Angel cosplay. Crimson, do you know?
To that weird angel cosplay arc. For my dress up darling, no, we haven't got to the Halliel thing yet.
All right, I was able to throw some.
Gifted some memberships.
I was able to gift some 10 memberships. Thank you all for being here. Mara got one. Brandon, the anime guy, got one. Jerry D. Sills got one. Lord Botha got one. Subhuman got one. Mary and B got one. I said that right, I hope. Retro
Mary Ann
Collective.
B, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Chunk the Punk got one. Copy Kitty got one. And Angley Studios got one.
Nice. Now here, all right. Do you prefer my dress up darling or 2.5D seduction?
Which
My
one?
dress up darling, easy.
What was? I think we got a raid on Kick, or no, we're not on Kick. What was that thing that I heard a sound? Like we got something.
I don't know.
Was it the sound of me asking you a question and you avoiding it?
No, I prefer.
Oh, somebody else just sent more memberships.
Is that what that sound was? All right. Either Jesus or Jesus, with the 5 gifted memberships. Annie got one. Christian Anderson got one. Pop Culture Archivist got one. I cannot say that. I apologize.
That is Russian. I don't speak that, unfortunately, so I can't read that for you.
And Melis got one.
The reason I asked mainly because Crimson, because Biggles said earlier in the show that he played the gotcha game for 2.5D seduction.
I prefer the manga of 2.5D seduction, but I prefer the anime of My Dress Up Darling. And the reason why is the translation for 2.5D seduction on the anime. It changes a lot of the motivations of the character because it's Katrina who's localizing it, and she sucks at everything she does.
It's the anime is also way lighter on the fan service than the manga.
And my favorite parts of the manga were not done very well in the anime. So I prefer 2.5D seduction in the manga, and I prefer the anime for My Dress Up Darling.
I think I prefer My Dress Up Darling in both, to be entirely honest. I feel like it's just the superior series.
And for people, because My Dress Up Darling has finished, it finished strong. And so people like it, and they're happy with it.
And
Some people complained that they didn't do more with the ending, but I feel like we at least got enough to where it was a good ending for the show.
Everybody complains if they don't get every single thing they want.
Or just the one thing that it had been leading up to that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, it didn't do that at all.
We're never going to escape this debate. We're never going to escape this.
You're just full of shit. Okay.
Yeah, I think the reason that Dress Up Darling ended the way it did, where it was resolving but like not really getting to everything, is it's built to be able to do a sequel series pretty easily. So you don't want to write yourself into too many corners.
All right. With this question, does the anime, or did we have to finish watching the anime? Because if not, there's plenty that I can say is my least favorite. All right, go. Crimson is winding up. All right, go for it, Crimson.
There are so many bad anime that
I believe
watched.
there's a legally contractually obligated one you have to mention.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So I could start with Beihei Neko, the stupid cat fucker anime. I hate that thing.
Where the
Um,
premise is she literally wants to bang her cat.
the premise is that an elf girl with huge tits wants to fuck her pet cat. it it is horrendous. Like there is no redeeming quality of that whatsoever. Next after that, there is Demon Lord Retry, which is basically Overlord's inbred cousin. The main character fights a giant poop monster, kidnaps a princess just to fucking spank her, and gets hit on by a femboy twink wizard. I have I can't. But of all the bad anime that I have watched, there is one that absolutely takes the cake. Because fuck Rent a Girlfriend. Fuck that show. As hard as you possibly fucking can. I'm not talking like anything other than like hate fucking, okay?
Well, you know who's not going to be able to do that with Chuzuru? Because I know one guy who won't be able to do that with Chuzuru.
We're literally talking about a series where the main character is getting cucked by the author himself. The author himself has developed this weird parasocial relationship with a character he created, and now he cannot let his main character have a good resolution. Oh, also, the ending theme for Rent a Girlfriend is basically just Kazuya sitting there jacking himself off the whole time.
In like season 2, I think, right?
No, season 1.
Oh.
The ending for Rent a Girlfriend season 1 is just like him sitting there shaking a can of soda like this for a minute and a half while every girl in the series is in the background in a cheerleader suit doing the I hate everything about Rent a Girlfriend. It is the biggest waste of time. And that's saying something because I have watched almost the entire first season of a couple of Cuckoos, and that's almost just as bad.
Little Chad, what's yours?
Worst anime? Which one did I just really regret after I watched? Rent a Girlfriend. I spent one season watching that one, and I've not watched any since then. So Rent a Girlfriend's up there because there's no Rent a Girlfriend is like when your car is stuck in mud and the wheel just keeps spinning and not going anywhere. This show we're up to what, fourth, fifth season of just the same wheel spinning and spinning. And then you find out that the manga's over 300 chapters of just spinning and not doing anything. So Rent a Girlfriend's like the worst romance anime. I think there's some really, really bad isekai ones. I guess it doesn't count as an isekai, but like the Scooped Up by an S rank adventurer is really bad to me. It's this, maybe it's the recency effect, but it's so much of a recent, like, just overpowered protagonist who's too dumb to realize he's overpowered, even though everyone is telling him he's overpowered. Every plot armor element just magically falls into place. I don't even again, it's probably recency, but that one comes to mind as a pretty which the one with the worst CG animation? What was the one with the terrible like horse
Failure Frame.
Oh, Failure Frame.
Failure Frame. Oh,
so
that was
there's a lot of bad ones when it comes to animation. But I think even worse than T-bait, some of the worst offenders would be failure frame for one, not for anything other than the fucking horse. Like, who designed the legs on that fucking horse to spin like cartwheels? Why? But Berserk 2016 is another one that is notoriously like horribly animated. But if we're
But
talking
it has
about
Brianna Knickerbocker in it, so therefore it's automatically perfect. There we go. I said it.
Okay. And then of course, I don't think either of you guys have ever heard of a series called X Arm.
No.
It's one of the most notoriously hated anime of all time.
Nice.
And I have seen clips of it. It makes T-bait look desirable.
So, mine is The Kingdom of Ruin. I fucking hated that anime. All right, the first episode was kind of cool. They cut off his master's head. And then, why are you so excited, Crimson?
I fucking hate that one too.
And it's just, it got so fucking stupid. The whole thing is like, I want revenge. And then he's fucking retarded. And so annoying. It was like Angry Simp Boy.
So
Avengers.
like I basically got to the point where like all the witches on the moon died. I'm like, this feels like you're blitzing through so much story content that should be like 2 or 3 seasons worth of stuff. What the fuck is going on here?
Man, this show fucking sucked. I hated this fucking show so much that I got in a fight on Sporking's channel, and then people in the chat got upset with me.
It
And I was
didn't
like,
make it didn't make
"Fuck
sense
this."
whatsoever. Like why? Like he's sitting here like, all right, we're gonna like bring my master back to life and everything, and he's sitting there, and all of a sudden the other girl spawns out the fucking tree. Like, why?
It was the edgiest anime ever. They tried so hard, and it was fucking awful. Oh, X-Arm has comedically bad animation, but the story was actually all right. Man, I fucking hated that thing. Oh man, this anime.
Kingdom of Ruin is a solid choice. I lambasted that one when I did a review on it.
I had to go back because I was like, I don't want to pick one recently like Fruit Master because that shit fucking sucked.
I forgot about Fruit Master. Holy
Dude,
shit.
My S-Ring Adventure video. So if you guys watch that, it's only like a minute 30 long. All my videos are short. I don't like making long videos unless they're video game related. I go, well, at least it's better than Fruit Master, and then I like end the video. It was.
I watched
so
like
fucking
2
bad, dude.
episodes of Fruit Master and dropped it. I'm so glad I did.
Listen, the little girl who just loved pizza could not carry that anime, no matter how hard she tried. No matter how hard she tried.
I know Lil Chad defended that one for a little while.
I
did.
found it to be mid, but not offensive.
It's bad.
Like
as fuck.
Fruit of Evolution was way more offensive than that one.
I watched half an episode of that. I got to basically the point where like his fucking body odor was a weapon that he was using. I'm like, all right, I'm dipping. This is
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, wait, no, but it
Fruit
got
of
better.
Evolution is horrendous.
It got better, Crimson, because later in the series, the student council president smelled him when he finally got to the school where the other students were. You know, and his
No.
body had changed by then.
No,
And
do
she
not
was-
tell me what you're about to tell me. Do
And
not.
she was like, I sense he's here. I have to find him.
All right, we got 7 deadly
And in
sins.
addition to the gorilla girl that morphed into...
We got 7 Deadly Sins is pretty bad too. That also has Brianna in it, so it's perfect. Yes, I'll say it. Just kidding. I've never seen it, but I know she's in it. Prison School, the anime is acquired taste. The manga is ass, though. Okay. So, back
Is
to
that
my
a pun
dress-
because it's all about asses?
Maybe. Back to my dress up, darling. But thank you for the question. We're happy to answer any questions you guys have here.
Actually, yeah, and thanks to that, because the discussion had made... Yeah, Fruits of Evolution is probably the worst.
Guys,
one of the worst.
I
And
know
it got
what
2
those
seasons.
sounds were. My phone was getting text messages. I finally figured out what those sounds were. All right. So usually we're done at the 2 minute or the 2 hour marker, but we still have 76 people here. So we're going to do at least my dress up darling and answer any other questions you guys have for the next, I guess we'll go another 20 minutes. So my dress up darling, the whole thing is the culture festival. How cool was it when she was on stage as Ray Sama and she takes the
And she put the moves on the student council president,
Yeah.
who
How
looked
cool
like she
is
was
that?
about to like melt in her arms.
I'm interested to see how this is going to play out in the English dub because Amelie is actually like a singer. She does her own music and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes over because it doesn't seem like it's something that they were trying to like make sound good when she's doing the whole performance and everything.
Mhm.
It kind of seems like it's just one of those things where it's like, teen culture festival kind of stuff. It just has to be good enough. I'm curious, but I don't want to watch the dub for this because I've been enjoying the sub much more this time around.
So this is one of the dubs where I understand more of the words in Japanese than I do in English. What the fuck is this? Okay, so the dub is full of Gen Z or lower language, and I don't understand a word they're fucking saying. So I'm like, I might as well just listen to the sub and read the subtitles because I need to do it for the English version too.
This is another like high effort adaptation, like alongside Dandadan this season, because the one side character that they brought in, Sierra, the like silver haired chick who does the Rainbow Rose for them, um, like this is the only time she ever appears in the entire story. This is like her only appearance, and they got like the great voice actor for her. Like all her scenes are really well animated. Like the whole thing is just really well done. And
Well,
this is the only time she shows up.
Well, she had her moment in the spotlight and took advantage of it. So good, very good. Um, but yeah, any questions, you guys, for us? Like, what are your guys' favorite animes? I know we already told that. What are animes you hate? Okay, what are animes you guys hate? What is one anime that we would all recommend this season? For me, it's The Silent Witch, or Food Court that we just watched and reviewed. Little Chad.
um, I mean, I still like Sword of the Demon Hunter. It's still ongoing. I think we haven't talked about that one tonight.
I haven't watched it tonight, so
That one's a good one for this. I mean, it's into its second core for this part, but it's getting its dub release too. So if you are someone who doesn't want to watch a show subbed, its dub is now being released for the first season.
Did anyone watch? We'll get to the $20 in a second. Did anyone watch Under Ninja? I lost it when Harry Balding Hobo Ninja sprayed people with his breast milk. Worst anime ever for me. Holy shit! All right.
okay. That actually brings up something that like came to mind. Do you guys remember that anime that aired? I don't know how many seasons ago. It's like Bye Bye Dragon Life or something like that.
Oh yeah,
The
Where the
one
dragon gets reincarnated as a human,
who
and he
lives
lives
okay
in a
who
town with
lives in
a
a town with a cow woman
milkmaid.
who
Yeah,
shares all her fucking breast milk
but
with
it
the
got
entire
worse
fucking and then
because
like
the
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 daughter's
daughter.
giving her
Yeah,
dad the fucking milk too. Like what the it was some like it
that
was a
was the
whole level
weirdest
of weird.
episode because the mom was super proud. She's like, "Here, I want you to be the first person to drink my
Like
daughter's milk."
So
yeah, that one really fucking weirded me out. Like, hey dad, here's my breast milk. Drink this.
okay, let's go to the super chat. So
Biggles wants to
Jesus
get
with
away from
Jesus.
this subject.
Question: Season 2 of Goblin Slayer. Did you guys like it? I loved it. I myself just found it too different from season 1. Didn't like it all that much. Maybe it was something I didn't understand. So here's the thing about Goblin Slayer. Priestess is actually the main character, and it's how like everybody evolves. So this, instead of all goblin slaying all the time, it is building up Priestess's story. Priestess is now uh, dealing with the little brother of the girls that lost her life in the first one that they met. Then she takes the lead as the party leader. She gets her promotion. So it's all about her. Then there's the wedding for Elf Girl's sister, where they go in, or High Elf Archer's sister, where this is where they start killing goblins again. And I promise it won't be like that again in season 3. Season 3, they'll go back to killing more goblins.
What it was trying to show Goblin Slayer. I know you're talking about Priestess being the main, but I think it was trying to show that Goblin Slayer as a character, as a person, after saving the village and the town and the farm, was capable of growing and having relationships, and isn't just some crazy loner freak who only kills goblins. And he's actually a person who's reliable, who people can count on as a friend, and who will do things.
No, I want to watch specifically for the sociopath who's committing genocide. That's the only reason I care.
Hey, you know what? I also want to kill all goblins, and I am playing the Goblin Slayer TRPG.
That's why I hang out with you. You're a sociopath who approves of genocide.
No matter who it is.
No, I might be a little bit different here on my answer, because I'll make it short. I didn't really care much for season 2. I got about halfway through it and then stopped.
That's fine.
Who hates them more? Freerin hating demons, or Goblin Slayer hating goblins?
Goblin Slayer, they raped his sister. He hates them more.
I don't think Freerin actually hates demons. I think this is one of the big things that people misunderstand. She just recognizes them as the danger they are. Because demons are basically just like, they're effectively just predators. It's not like they're like evil, good or evil. They're predators. So hating them isn't really warranted. It's more so like, I know how you operate, and I'm not going to let you kill a bunch of people. It's like you see a pack of lions hunting a group of people, and you decide to take care of the lions to save the people.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer definitely hates them. They raped his sister.
So yeah, Goblin Slayer by far hates.
The demons did kill Freerin's entire village to try to kill her. So,
yeah, well,
sure, but she never really demonstrates any sort of like hate or animosity. I would have to go back into the manga. I don't even think she actually calls them evil. I think she just calls them dangerous.
See, to me, it's actually more scary because she's completely cold and logical about just wanting to kill all demons. Like, it's not just a matter of visceral hate for her. She's like, I've calculated it. I've done the equations. Demons, it's just in your nature to be demons, and so I'm going to have to kill every last one of you.
Yeah, I don't even think that.
Well, Goblin Slayer wants to kill every single goblin.
I guarantee you that Goblin Slayer still hates goblins more than Freerin hates demons. 100%.
100%.
And that's coming from someone who is a huge fucking fan of Freerin.
See, to me, it's worse because, like, they're saying in chat, Freerin will have polite conversations with demons. She'll acknowledge,
which means she doesn't hate them.
No. But here's the thing: she'll be able to have, and at the same time, no matter what they say or do in these polite conversations, she's just lying to them more than they lie to her, so that she can kill them.
Yeah, well, Goblin Slayer won't even let them talk. He just fucking
I know, but I think the calculating hate is actually more scary than the just.
Again, I don't even think it's hate. I just think it's a recognition of how demons operate and how you have to treat them.
So are you saying, well, Goblin Slayer fucking learns everything and anything he can to use to killing goblins? He fucking used
yes, but he actually
learned from ice cream to kill fucking goblins.
He actually, expresses a like visceral level of hatred for goblins. Like, especially in the clip that you use quite often, just you're a goblin lord, my ass. You're just a goblin, a filthy, stinking goblin.
I fucking love this one.
Like hell, we're gonna believe that. A goblin lord, my ass. You're just a damn goblin. Just a disgusting little goblin. And me, I'm the Goblin Slayer.
Oh, fucking I love that so much.
I don't think you can really make a solid argument that they're the same level of hatred. Like, not that I don't even think they're close.
I think Aaron likes the Titans more than Goblin Slayer hates goblins. You know?
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, Sword of the Demon Hunter, where you have someone whose whole life and alleged, destiny and path is to kill demons, and he's constantly questioning that because he's running into demons that are not evil, that are good, for lack of a better word, good people that are trying to live good regular lives, not hurting anybody, just trying to have relationships. And what makes I am genuinely to the point where I think Sword of the Demon Hunter, as Chad said, is the better show over Demon Slayer, because I think this is a better written character story than.
If Sword of the Demon Hunter had the same animation that Demon Slayer did, it would be the superior anime hands down.
I could see that.
I think it's definitely better written.
It is most certainly better written. Demon Slayer has good moments. Infinity Castle and Infinity Train are basically like the two really good moments that this show has. I liked its final chapters. I thought they were really cathartic and everything, but I would not say that this has the same impact or level of storytelling as Sword of the Demon Hunter. Sword of the Demon Hunter is just a fantastically written story, and one that actually does a good job of playing the not all demons are evil sort of thing. It does not feel contrived.
No, the best way that they did that was our ramen store demon. And with the introduction arc, the way you learn, about that character and her backstory, you see it before. And what's really cool is that you met her before you saw the backstory, and so it recontextualizes the whole thing. And it really makes, because you only known this person for being such a good, sweet person. There's no way you would want him to cut her down and just hunt her as a demon. Like, you get why he's like, I'm gonna let you be. You're not hurting anybody. You've made your choices, and we'll just leave it at that.
And her samurai dad now is like, you can marry Jinya now. You should marry Jinya and settle down. And then we think that's the girl in the future, right? Is Noodle Shop girl?
No, you're the only one who thinks that.
No, I was the one who said that.
Oh, were you the one who said that?
Yeah.
Well, then no, I don't think that's her.
Okay.
They're completely
thought
different.
I thought maybe it was the daughter, but
Maybe I guess. Well, she's. Do we know that
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. To be entirely honest,
Yeah.
I don't think that you can really fully commit to anything. I just ran with it because it would be a conversation point.
Yeah, one thing I will say is they have drawn a few female characters to look super similar to each other.
I'm still convinced, as far as the daughter that Genia picks up, I believe that's the people who work the shrine that he was so concerned about earlier in the season.
Yeah, that it's
basically her descendants are working that shrine.
So that would mean that the girl in the 20 teens that he's hanging out with is effectively his great granddaughter, which
something
like that, probably. Yeah,
that's gonna be weird. I hope they don't try to make any kind of romance element between those two.
Well, isn't that what you want? You guys want romance in all your
not when they're related, Biggles.
Hey, Crimson, say the line.
What line?
You know the line.
There's a lot of lines that I said. I say a lot of questionable stuff, but I'm assuming we're talking.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're talking about the incest is wincest thing.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't have the clip on hand, but there's usually supposed to be a shot of me tipping an entire bottle of Mike's into my mouth as Sweet Home Alabama plays.
It's true. That's how it goes. All right. So, any other questions? We're going to wrap this up here. We've gone over what we usually do because there's 69 people in here right now. We're at 69.
Biggles is past his Betty Bye time.
It is definitely past my Betty Try time.
Ladybug 22, when the family tree is a wreath.
When the family tree is just a straight line.
You know, the right clip to use is the one from Alia. You know, sometimes lets her feelings out in
it's
Russian.
only good
If they're blood related.
Schoolgirl is the descendant of the girl our MC ignored for his priestess. So are the girl who always said hi to him every time he walked by, I guess?
I
Yeah,
guess that's a possibility.
so that's the all right. So when I talk about the two characters that I think are drawn most similar, Noodle Shop Girl and the girl from the village who was the one that liked him, have an eerily similar character design. They could be twin sisters that are just slightly different the way it seems like they're drawn. So and it throws me off sometimes because I don't and I think that might be on purpose to throw off who you think is this shrine
Yeah.
ancestor.
So some series do this sort of very thing. Like there was one that actually got me pretty good with it was So I'm a Spider, So What? I really like that show. That novel series. It deserved a better anime adaptation than it got. But they do this whole thing where they try to convince you that your main character is someone else in the future than who they actually are. And they do a really good job of setting that whole thing up to just be like a bait and switch.
All right. To answer the question, we stream every Monday. Usually, no matter what, if if they can't make it, I usually do it. And the only time we don't stream Mondays is when I am not in town. Um, and then gaming, I game Friday, Saturday, Sunday on here streams. Those are the Trials of Cold Steel games that we're playing right now. We'll be playing the whole Legends of Hero series once we beat the Cold Steel games. But yeah, so every Monday we're on here talking. Crimson has his show Saturday where he talks, and sometimes he has a bad idea and lets other people on, like myself.
Crimson Law on YouTube here, and like Saturday 8 p.m. Central. I basically do a show where I talk everything that I have watched for the week, and it's a whole seasonal show about what's airing right now, how the current episodes are going, what my opinion is on them, and also on Wednesdays, I do news shows and stuff. I talk about anime news and other random pop culture things, like people getting upset over horse girls having kids.
Horse girls had kids. Who knew horses could have kids? Do they just fall right out like adult horses?
No, we're talking.
I don't know what kind of anime you want to watch, but
I'm just saying, don't horses just fall out of their parents? Like the youngins? Isn't that how that works?
are you trying to say that a mammal births
just
a live baby?
Yeah, they just
the
fall.
horses don't give birth. It's just the foals just spawn underneath them. You know.
Yeah,
just
don't they fall
phase
out
into
of
the reality, just like Minecraft style. It's just
I just want a horse girl to have a jockey.
And Biggles is over there, chicken jockey.
chicken jockey. All right, I guess I'll go shank myself now for that one.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, so thank you all for being here. We have 70 people still here from the raid. We were at like 10, I think, when we got the raid, and then we were chilling at 170 for like a long time. So I appreciate you all being here. Any other questions before we finish this up? Anyone has any questions at all? Anything you guys want to say? Little Chad, you want to promote anything? Say anything?
I host my show on Friday nights at 9 p.m. called the Ascendant Art Podcast, but if anybody wants to come hang out there. But otherwise, I'll be here Mondays with Biggles and Crimson talking anime. If people want to come back in there, hopefully they enjoyed this show, and we'll come back and enjoy it next week.
I think, I don't know. I think this is your channel.
He's trying.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Yep. And
Got it.
you got another subscriber. Good for you, Biggles.
Yay! I think I got 2. I got at least
Another
2.
Nice.
another subscriber, bro. He went from 500 or 580 to 604.
Did I
Oh,
really?
He got quite a bit of
Wait,
subscribers tonight.
holy shit! Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody,
Yeah.
for being here. That's little Chad's in there. He talks a whole bunch of stuff too. So go check him out. Doesn't look like anybody has any more questions. So, well, we already did the Goblin Slayer one. So let's do our intro as an outro today. And thank you all for being here. Hopefully we see you next Monday. Come hang out next Monday, or come hang out during the week while I'm playing video games. All right, bye.
Crimson Set is just for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in the trouble, me beside it, and you look back. Watashi tachi wa sorera wasurete buseki It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting all the shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles